Hello everybody, it's Lazel here, and today I want to talk about a new update that came several weeks ago. I wanted to take some time with it because I wanted to gather enough knowledge about it and what is the best way to play with it. I want to talk about the new Colossal Titan, or the new Colossus that came in here. It first started when just the Colossus itself came in, and later then they added the Velo Trials. And yeah, today I want to talk about it, explain it, and tell you guys what is the best way to work with it, in my opinion. I did a lot of research on it, and but let's start from the beginning. Okay, so the Colossal Titan, or the Colossus, is a new modification for your army, for your troops. As you can see in the Colossus modification, that you have 4 statues for the different types that you can recruit in your barracks. It's for the mages, the infantry, the cavalry, and the archers. So when you click on any of these statues, you can see that you can improve different stats. You can improve the HP, the defense, the attack stats, and some stats onto other types of troops here. For example, mage damage increased on archers, here on cavalry and on infantry. For the frontliners, those skills are a little bit different. On the left side, same as on your backline troops, you have the attack, the HP, the defense. But on the right side, for your frontline troops, you have damage taken less from mages, from archers, from cavalry, and so on. So when you start new, or for a pretty long time, you will see that you can activate one Colossus. And when you activate in Colossus, that's something that I wanted to do with you guys. That's something about this new update that I really enjoy, because we all know from the Lord skill resets and that you always have to pay with gems or with an item, that you have to pay for a lot of shells to reset things. But now in this new update, you can reset as often as you want. You get back what you invested in. You just lose the effect until you activate a new Colossus. That's something that I really enjoy, because we can finally test things out more often. We get the motivation to test a lot of things. So let's just reset this for now. Okay, so as you saw, I got all of the stuff back that I invested in. And now I have to think about what I want to activate. When the Colossus first came out, I immediately knew I'm a very big fan of infantry. I wanted to upgrade stuff on the infantry, and here you can see if you activate in Colossus, it gets activated, and the current activated Colossus, like the mages here, gets resetted. So I do this, and now you can see it glows, and now my infantry stats are activated. Well, I don't have to explain that it makes a lot of sense on infantry to work on stuff like the HP, on the damage taken less from so and so, because the infantry attack is not as much effective as HP or defense or damage taken less from other type of troops. And yeah, when you level things up, for example here, we do some points in, come on, let's go crazy on this. You max one thing out, you can see that I've reached level 5. I get 1.7%, and you can see on the upper left that my Colossus level is now level 5. So when you reach the level maximum, you can advance this skill, which requires these ancient relics. First of all, it costs 15. Yeah, and then I unlock more levels on the ability itself. So let's do it here too. And advance this and so on. We could do it with way more other stuff, but let's not do this. So now you can see on the stats that I have more HP and more defense on my infantry, and on the upper left you can see that my Colossus has reached level 10. So now each Colossus has different skills. On the Colossus skills you can see that when you unlock the Colossus level 50, I do damage increased against angels. On level 70 I get raises all units attack by 5.4% and so on and so on. Now the interesting thing is that when your Colossus reaches level 70, you get the possibility to add another Colossus, so you can have two Colossus at the same time working with you. So basically it's like you activate your frontline Colossus and your backline Colossus, depending on what types of troops you want to play with. So now we can see that yeah, I got my upgrades done, I could invest way more stuff in here, and so on and so on, and then I could advance it, and so on and so on. So, but now the question, what does make the most sense to invest in? And now I want to remind everybody of you can see that my Colossus has reached level 20 and I almost have invested all of the stuff that I have. So it takes some time to unlock these Colossus skills. So, but what makes the most sense? And here we come to a different point also of this new edition. So, when you open your alliance page, you can see that something new got added, the find trial. On this find trial, your alliance fights together against a monster, and you have to do some. You always have to send an army to it, and you deal damage to it, and you gather points. So, depending on your ranking, you can get some ranking rewards when your alliance has dealt enough damage to this monster, and then the rewards gets to you, or you get the rewards, and you can see that these ancient relic fragments are important to upgrade your Colossus more and more. By fighting this monster, you will deal some damage, and depending on how much damage you've dealt, you will gain Lord experience and Titanic crystals, which you need to upgrade. And these Titan crystals, which you need to upgrade the skills. So I got this advice from another alliance member of ours, because when I started I was just working on the infantry, because in my opinion I need to work on infantry more than on mages. But I will test things out in this way. So I've always activated the Colossus, and then I just realized, okay, when I fight the Defiant trial, I never send infantry. I only have one of each front line. I have maximum angels and as much tier 11 mages as I can send. So this alliance member gave me the tip that he only plays, or that he has the Colossus activated from his highest damage backline unit. So I thought, hey, this guy is right. I resetted my my Titan, and that's the thing that I really like about it. You can reset it as much as you want and try things out. And I've already explained that we are in a peaceful realm. We are only playing for events more. So I activate the Mage Colossus and invest all the Titan crystals that I have into the basic mage attack. Nothing like, let's upgrade this to the max. So I get 4.5% more mage attack, which as a result deals more damage in the Defiant trials and increases the points that I get, the ranking that I get, and the individual rewards, and so on and so on. So I don't invest into anything like mage damage increased on archers and something like that, because the Defiant trial is all about the normal basic attack of your backline unit. So this is something that I want to recommend everybody of you when you're doing your Defiant trials. activate the Colossus of your backline unit and invest everything into the pure attack spell. So you deal more damage when you're fighting Defiant Trial to increase your rewards. When events come up like Elite War or something like Void War, you can reset this Colossus and activate something that you think you need to work on in your technology that you're not happy with currently. When the next Void War is coming, I want to activate the Infantry Colossus and test things out there. Or maybe I activate the Mage Colossus but will work more on damage increased on this or on this unit. So what I want to recommend is test things out. You have the possibility to reset all the time. Just test things out. That's very important. So currently I always have the Mage Colossus activated and invest everything into the basic attacks so I can deal more damage in the Defiant Trial to get more individual rewards to upgrade my Colossus as fast as possible in the limits that I have. So a few weeks later, when the Colossus came out, the Velo Trials got added. And the Velo Trials is something, it has benefits and it has a lot of disadvantages in my opinion. The Defiant Trial is something that is done very fast. But when we are coming to the Velo Trials, it takes a lot of time and that's something I personally don't really like because we all have a life, we all have to work on things and so on and so on. We have a family, we have friends. But yeah, the Velo Trials take a lot of time during the day. So you always have to sit back and yeah, do this. So how does the Velo Trials work? It's something like Elite War, just with an enemy in every castle here. You can see I did it today, otherwise I would have done it with all of you guys. So when you start, here you can see the My Army button. There you have to send your army. And what I want to recommend is always send your strongest backline unit, maybe split it. I have the best experiences with splitting between tier 10 and tier 11 angels as backline unit. And send a lot of infantry. You will need it in my opinion. So you build up your army in your home base and here you can see what troops are lost and what troops are sent. And then you have to fight all the castles on your way. So when you win in a castle, you unlock the possibility to go on to the next one and so on and so on. And here on this little chest you can get rewards. Rewards to, here on the right side you can see that you can buff up your army. I also want to recommend take damage taken reduced by archers and by mages, so your infantry survives long enough, because your angels and your backline, they will deal enough damage in my opinion. I always go for the damage taken less from, because yeah, I need my infantry to survive as long as possible. And you get points for these Valor points, which you can trade in a shop for some other rewards, but we'll get back to that later. So when you get these rewards to buff up your city, here you can see it. I want to recommend, if you gather the first chest, first of all, look at what you're fighting in the next castle. If you're fighting a castle that only has tier 10 archers, it doesn't make any sense to buff up your city to take damage less from mages. So I always invest the first points that I get into the maximum of the next backline unit that I have to fight. So, and then you move on, you fight on every castle, you unlock more chests on the way, and so on and so on and so on. And when you reach the 11th castle, you can use an invite reinforcements. What means you can ask an alliance member, this alliance member doesn't have to be online, you can ask an alliance member to help you in the next fight. So when you've reached the 11th castle, you will probably, at least that's when I do this, you don't have a full march left, you are fighting the strongest castle on this Velo Trials, So I always invite the strongest player in our alliance to join me in this fight. And so it's mostly guaranteed that you will also beat the 12th castle and get the final reward chest. So then this Velo Trials is done and you can reset it every day. So, and I want to recommend it to you to do this every day. It takes time, but it's worth it. So when we are entering the Velo shop, you can see it refreshes every Sunday. And the Velo points that you get from every fight and every chest you open can be traded against items here. So due to me working on my pet level, I always buy these Beast EXP pills, and then I started to buy the material chest, the blue ones, because you have 1 week time to buy stuff. And currently the most important thing for me is Beast EXP materials, and then I go to Titan crystals and ancient relics and obsidian steel, stuff like that. But you will have to know what you are currently working on, so that's something very individual. You will find out for yourself what works best for you to trade in. So the Velo Trials is something very nice. What I don't like is that it actually takes a lot of time to do it every day, but the rewards are pretty nice. You achieve a lot from it. You will have to test things out on the Velo Trials, but what's very important in my opinion is that you definitely wait with your invite for reinforcements until you're at the 11th castle and then go for the 12th. So yeah, this is the Velo Trials. All in all, I can say it's a pretty cool addition because of you can reset the Colossus whenever you want. That's something that gives you the possibility to test a lot of things out. You don't have to pay anything for it. And in the Velo Trials itself, you can always see the army setup of the castle that you are fighting next, which makes you which gains you a lot of experience on how does your army behave when you're fighting a setup like that or like that, which will, yeah, it will increase your knowledge about fighting different setups and so on and so on. I really like this update because it's also something that helps players like me that doesn't spend money on this game. It helps me to increase my knowledge without investing much. Of course, you can buy these items in the shop. That's for sure. It's always like that when a new update comes out, but it still works pretty well for me. I can promote some tier 11 angels, nice. Yeah, so that's about the Colossus. We talked about the Colossus fortification and the Velo Trials. Yeah, I think it's a cool new addition. It makes a lot of fun testing things out. I wish it wouldn't take that much time every day, but it's fine. We can handle it. Yeah. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for some more stuff. I've been very busy the last few months. I moved to another place. I've been ill the whole last week and so on and so on. It's very busy currently, but yes, stay tuned for more videos and I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye guys.